So in this video, we're going to look at cream paint colors and a whole range of interior finishes. You might not see your exact interior finish in this great big pile, but hopefully you'll see something similar and you can apply the same idea to your own home when you're looking at paint samples. Let's get started. So you have a beige surface, maybe it's a tile, maybe it's a beige sofa. Let's see. So we can see there's a really good degree of orange pink in here. It's catching a bit of the edge of that. Definitely happier with gentle cream. A little bit too toned down, not rich enough, not rich enough. So this is Benjamin Moore Ballet White. That's our cream that's kind of a hybrid. It sits quite neutral, creamy, gorgeous cream paint color, super flexible and pretty, but more subtle than many. Gentle cream is our heavy cream that leans quite close to beige, which makes sense why those two are connecting. Wyndham cream has a little bit more juice to it. Timid white is along similar lines to creamy, a little bit more color to it, just a little bit too yellow for that. And Benjamin Moore Milky Way is our considerably brighter cream or yellow paint color. Let's say you have a nice warm countertop. You're wondering what cream you want to put with it. This is certainly nodding at it. It's got just a little bit too much richness, a little bit too much saturation there. Much better. See how everything just calm, nice and flows there. Undertones are connecting. That one goes a little bit too flat and dull, a little bit too flat. So this countertop is telling us that it really does like a cream that has moderate warmth to it, but is that little bit toned down, nice and soft. I love that. I really love that combo. Maybe you have a countertop like this. It could be granite, it could be laminate. What do you think? Heck no. So as you can see, clean, dirty. Too clean, too dirty. Much better. Definitely better. Yeah, I would say this guy probably settles somewhere around there. It could flex into a slightly more toned down cream too. Now let's look at a finish like this. Maybe you've moved into a home that has a lot of white finishes, grayish finishes. You want to warm it up with cream. What happens when you put something like this with cream? Just really disconnecting. That's getting better. We're definitely getting closer with these toned down ones, but on the large scale, Ballet White does have the yellow in it. It's going to interact with that gray. They're not going to be happy together. However, let's say you have a nice warm quartz or granite, something in these colors. Okay. What do you think? It's like you look at that and go, okay, there's something there. So much better. Softer, they just belong together a bit better. Too soft and muted. So for how rich this is, for the degree of saturation or chroma it has, it prefers something with a little bit more meat on its bones versus a flatter color, but it doesn't want anything too colorful. I want to keep that chroma moderate. Or something like this, a beige tile. Again, we can see the degree of orange in it. It does not really love the muted ones. Again, we want to kind of match the degree of chroma. Which color family is it in? We want to coordinate that to the cream that has a comparable amount of color to it. Look at another warm one. You think, okay, I've got this. I don't know if it's cream. I don't know if it's beige. I don't know what I've got. Well, let's see. It's on the edge of that, but this looks that little bit more yellow, right? Makes that look a little bit orange, slightly orange pink, just in comparison. Much better. Maybe a little flat on those. Not bad, but definitely a happy place. I might just play around with this so I can vary the tones a bit, because I wouldn't really want my walls and countertop blending that much, because I'm not really bringing my countertop to life. I want a little bit of contrast in depth. How about that beauty? You'll see a lot of granites that look like that, a lot of laminate countertops. Interesting. Too yellow, a little bit too powerful. That's grabbing some nice spots. It's not bad. Ooh, that's a bit better. We're grabbing a bit more of that clean cream tucked in there. but I might be back there. There's definitely some flexibility, which is nice. Flexibility is good. I do have cool ones in here, but with working with creams, you're more often working with warm finishes, so I do want to put a little bit of a focus on those. How about that guy? What do you think? You know, if you compare, let's see if I can get it right up there. See how that looks that little bit more yellow? They're not super happy together. Heck no. You know, that is grabbing parts of that. This is just a little bit cleaner. This is a bit dirtier. Those are sitting a bit better. You can really see that grabbing in there. I don't mind that at all. It's on the edge of being a bit, I'd worry on the large scale, like if it were a south-facing room where Ballet White pull up that little bit more yellow. I'd worry about how it would sit with that, but it's on the edge. Same with Creamy. I'd have the same concern that on the large scale, that yellow is going to come up. I would say Gentle Cream would be a safer bet. Nice. Beautiful cream, getting close to the beige end of things. And maybe you have a tile like this or a fabric that's around this color. And you say, I want cream walls. I know this is cream. It must be cream, right? Then you go, oh, maybe it's not as cream as you thought, right? There's some beige popping up in there. Definitely. Because Wyndham Cream is definitely a committed cream, but it's not as yellow as that. And look at how beige it looks in comparison. And that shows us how muted Gentle Cream is and how close it is on the edge between cream and beige. It really could be open to perception. Just a little too toned down. They're close, but it really is this one. And again, I might play around with that. Maybe get the paint to sort of lighten it a bit just to get some variation in depth so they don't completely blend. But at least this color would give me the bones to start with. What if you have some grays or taupe and you want some cream on your walls? How does the yellow feel with that? Not too healthy, right? And that's just nauseating. Oh, my goodness. No. Okay, now we're getting somewhere that's, it's these toned down creams that, you know, again, if you love cream, this isn't cream to you. Like if you're a yellow lover, you're like, that's not cream. For someone like me, who I'm not as inclined towards the more yellow end of things, this is the most gorgeous cream on earth. Same with Creamy. So it's all, you know, perspective on that one. But I say, okay, we're definitely getting there. If I had to do a cream, it would be a toned down one. But really, this product's telling us it doesn't really want a yellow base paint color with it. How about marble? You know, it's interesting because if you had an old home, sometimes marble and yellow can be really pretty and it suits the home. But in a more modern home, I don't know. It's like the intention is backwards because a more modern home usually wants to go with the whites and the grays and the blues. And the yellow is that contrast to it. And for me, it's a tough sell. I don't know that it actually is doing the best for a marble tile compared to the colors that actually go with it. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would say, okay, well, I'm gonna paint my walls the right gray or white to go with my marble. Maybe I'll accent with yellow, but not necessarily commit to it on a large scale. Maybe you have a tile and you know it's warm and it could be creamy-ish, but you just don't know exactly what's happening. What do you think? From this angle, that looks a wink more yellow. There's a great example of clean and dirty. Clean and dirty, definitely better. Undertones seem a smidge off from this angle. That's a bit better. I don't know that I 100% love any of these, but I'd say Creamy is pretty darn close. Gentle Cream is interesting. Yeah, I'd say we're really close with some of those. So again, you're just going to bring samples home. And if it means you need to go back to the store with a couple of them and say, okay, I've got this one and this one. This was just a bit this. What do you have that will fix that? And they can show you what they have. Maybe you have a quartz countertop. Nice warm tones. But, you know, you're like, well, it's definitely more neutrals, but I wouldn't say it's got a strong cream. There's definitely a rich color in there. What is going on, right? Okay, so it's not as bright and yellow as that. Definitely not that. There's a nod of something there, but no. Okay. Now, so if you look up close, we're tapping into that nice little creamy beigey hiding in there. That's because Gentle Cream has quite a bit of orange in it. Too flat, too flat. So the best bet with a product like this is a cream that has quite a bit of orange in it and less of a commitment to yellow. You also don't want it too toned down. How about a lovely quartz like that? Taj Royale. Beautiful, man. Clean and dirty. Clean and dirty. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, hello. Yeah, I like that. There's some really good flexibility in here, which I like to see. It just doesn't want too much chroma because it is a low chroma finish. So that makes sense. What if you got something with a mix? You got some cream, you got a little bit of a bluish. So you notice how when you put opposites attract, they make each other stronger. So that blue definitely pops up a bit more, but I can see those colors connecting. That's quite pretty. Nope, that's the wrong type of cream. On the edge of it, too bright. Yeah, I don't mind that. Maybe a bit lighter. Really nice. That would be the most modern approach because there's less yellow, so the yellow and blue are reacting less with each other. A little bit more toned down there. Yeah, I'd go somewhere between those two. Yeah, maybe sneak that in. What if you have a finish like this? So it's a quartz, looks a little bit like marble, and you want cream on your walls. Nope, that just is a bit of a clean, dirty thing. Nope, nope, too rich. Oh, interesting. Okay, so when it comes to colors like Ballet White and Creamy, I'm going to base a lot of things on the exposure. So say it's a north-facing room and it's not going to have the sun adding more yellow. Yeah, we'd be on the border there, just on the border. But if it's a north-facing room, I'd be like, okay, I might sample that a bit bigger, but I'd probably go a little bit more muted. It definitely doesn't want a standard cream that has a yellow in it by any stretch of the imagination. How about some travertine? So you can see how that looks that little bit yellow compared to the orange in there. Nope. We're getting there. Definitely better. Again, cream with more orange in it is going to suit those finishes with more beige in them. A little bit too flat. You know what? Actually, it's not bad. I don't dislike that. That travertine has some interesting flexibility in it, but probably more along there, maybe a little bit lighter. What about this? Let's see, you have a taupe tile, something with some violet or violet pink undertones. What do you think? How do you feel about violet pink and yellow? Not so great, hey? Your best chance is definitely going to be in the toned down range, but again, if that yellow comes up on the large scale, you are going to have a hot mess on your hands. Which means that just because you want cream, it doesn't mean your taupe does. Maybe you've got a tile like this fella, you want cream walls, you want to go with the warmth. Whereas this finish has a little bit more beige to it for sure. Gentle Cream's hitting a bit of a spot there. That's quite nice actually. That toned down part of it is really hitting those lighter spots. You know, even that's not bad. I might worry about the yellow on the large scale. Yellow and cream can pop up on the large scale. So I always err on the side of caution and choose a cream with less yellow versus more. How about a finish like this? There's not actually any cream in here, but you want to add a little bit of warmth to your walls. So in finishes that don't have cream in them, seems that the toned down creams are your best bet to transition versus doing something that's a little bit more reactive. Definitely softer. Oh, two more, and then we're done. Another quartz countertop. There's so many out there. I just wanted to hit a few. What do you think? A little bit of clean, dirty? Yes. Well, we do have that lovely gold veining there. We're not tapping into the gold vein. We're tapping into that backdrop color. Much better. So again, tone down when it comes to cream in products that don't have a direct cream that you want to just tap right into. Tone down. There's just a white subway tile. What do you think? You know what? I wish this white were just a slightly warm white. As it is, it suits the toned down ones, but if it was just slightly warm, like along the lines of Benjamin Moore Simply White, I think we could pull these off a bit better, but being quite clean, it's not doing justice to the soft, organic, earthy warmth of these. They're fighting each other just a little bit. And again, toned down is better than the brighter. Yeah, no, even then I'm not sold. So there you go. Hope that helps.